he's looking at. But are you the driver of this vehicle, sir?
I am, sir.
What's your name and badge number, please?
PC 4107 Mark's Nigers.
Mark Nigers. What's the reason for you being...
I can't disclose why I'm here, but it's police purpose.
Okay, so why aren't you displaying your emergency lights?
I don't need to.
If you're parked on double yellow lines, I believe that all cars, including police cars, are subject to the Road Traffic Act, or am I wrong?
So I don't need to display my emergency lights?
I know, but I'm just asking, are all vehicles subject to the Road Traffic Act, or is it just members of the public's vehicles?
No, they all are, yes.
Okay, so in the Road Traffic Act it states that there are no reasons to be parking on double yellow lines. And your policy says that if you are parked on double yellow lines, you should be displaying emergency lights.
Well, I can assure you that my control room know where I am, and I'm here for a policing purpose.
Alright, so can you explain why your emergency lights aren't on then?
No, it's part of the reason why I'm here.
Oh, so you're acting covertly at the moment?
Not necessarily, because I'm in full uniform, that's a marked vehicle.
I know, that's what I mean, so why is...
Well, I'm not going to explain further why I'm here, because I don't want to.
One thing you would need to explain to me though,
yes,
is
that?
if you have the express permission of your Chief Constable to operate covert surveillance.
I'm not operating covert surveillance.
But you are though.
You're right there though, I'd need a gripper authority.
Yeah, you would. I like that you know that.
I don't need that.
But you're recording me on your body-worn camera.
I am, yes.
And you haven't informed me as per section 3.5.5 of your codes of practice.
I turned it on when you arrived.
I know. Okay, section 3.5.6 then would be that if you activate it when in the presence of the member of the public, you will tell them before you activate it. Okay. You don't know that if I'm hard of hearing or not, or if I'm of partial vision or sight. You don't know that I've heard your camera activate, do you?
No, I suppose you're right there.
So don't you think that you just breached the RIPA Act?
Not really, no.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
But you're aware of the RIPA Act, yeah?
Sure. Not all of it, I'll be honest.
But you're aware of the section that governs the fact that the body-worn video bit?
All of it? No, I'll be honest.
No?
No.
You're not?
But you are right in saying I should have informed you.
I know.
I apologise for that.
Yeah.
But yes, you are being videoed now.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you know why I always bring up the fact that you're supposed to tell members of the public?
So we can learn from our mistakes?
Nah, close.
Okay.
Close. But I feel like personally, I feel like it's one of those mistakes that shouldn't happen in the first place. But I feel like you have to understand it from the public's perspective. Yeah. Now, if somebody else around here who wasn't aware of the RIPA Act or your policy, for example, they might not know that you have to tell them. So when you record them without their knowledge, you breach their rights, and you can't do that. It's wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've got to a state in this country, right, where you have the police in one hand, you have the public in another, when the reality is we should be working together almost. How you guys work for us. Like you guys don't even carry whistles anymore. No, do you know what a policeman's whistle was for? A policeman carried whistles, community policemen carried whistles, so that if they needed help from their neighbourhood, the neighbourhood that they policed, they'd blow their whistle and members of the public would come and help.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, but why aren't we there anymore? I could tell you why, but I'm interested to know. I'm interested to know why you think. Firstly,
I think the radios have surpassed the whistle.
Yeah.
So if we need,
but it's not. But your radio is for you guys to talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
As opposed to engaging with the public. Do you know what I mean? So I'll tell you why I believe we're at a stage where everybody, or not everybody, but probably 98% of the country's population believe that is a them and us scenario with the police, right? I believe it's because a lot of police officers have forgotten their role. And I mean that in terms of serving the public, upholding common law, being respectful, acting with integrity, impartiality. That doesn't happen anymore. When we live in a place where if I was to call the police now and say, this person out here on the street has done this, the police would turn up and react based on what I've said, rather than acting with due diligence and actually investigating what happened.
First of all, if you did that, you've got a duty to believe that was wrong.
You don't know, you have a duty to the law, which isn't black and white. Is very clear cut.
But in order to investigate anything, you've got to believe the person that's telling us something. And we've been criticised as an organisation before.
That's another thing.
A victim.
That's another thing as well. You said it, organisation. don't you think that creates division by calling yourself an organisation when really, let's be honest.
How would you?
Well, you're members of the public, aren't you? Firstly,
Yeah.
like I say to people all the time, I'll give a police officer a lot of grief sometimes, and I accept that. If they act wrongly, I believe it should happen. Much like a teacher at school, if you act wrongly, you get told off or whatever. Your parents, right? But we've got to this. We're an organisation. You're not. You know,
So how would you describe the police? Because
at the minute.
well, you're saying using the word organisation is divisive. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I
But
believe so.
in the past, we've called ourselves a force,
Yeah.
like the police force,
Yeah.
and that's also been deemed too oppressive.
Yeah.
There's the word force in it,
Yeah.
which is why we use the word organisation.
But why not just police? Everybody knows what police is, what the police are. Why not just be the police?
I can bring that forward in the next meeting.
No one will listen. No one will listen
No,
about
not
it.
to me.
No, they won't
I'm
listen.
the bottom rung of the
Yeah,
ladder.
yeah, but this is why you're in exactly the right position to create the change. Because you're the one that's among. Like you could get, you know, like we hear things like this all the time. Oh, I'm just doing what I'm told to do.
Well, that's
Like
different
like what the
because
Nazis did. They just got told to do things and they did it. And what happened then?
That was
Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you're out like on the street policing, you're allowed. You have an opinion. You might get. I don't know about what you've dealt with before, or what you might deal with in the future, but you might get to a situation where you might think morally and personally, oh, do you know what? Like I don't think this is right.
That's over to missing person. We've got to do another address check.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're a constable as well.
Excuse
Yeah.
me. Got to go now.
Yeah, no
Nice
worries.
talking to you.
Yeah. That was an interesting conversation. I hope to finish that one day.